What's up guys, MegaDPAL here bringing you Black 2 White 2 OU battle versus a good friend of mine, Pkdj. Pretty good battle, 54 turns slugfest of nice plays, so yeah, it's really good. Comes down to the wire, so you guys enjoy that. He's running an all red team and I'm running this new sand team, which I've been running a while. So yeah, what I'm going to do is actually just lead out my Hippowdon. I know the Breloom's lead was rather obvious, but I didn't want him to lead out with the Heatran predicting my Celebi lead and then get up his rocks first turn. So yeah, what I'm going to do first turn is switch, go straight into my Celebi, because obviously I could take on this Breloom pretty well, and I am packing the Psychic as he just goes to Spore first turn. Here I stay in, I hope to try and get the first turn wake, you know, try and fire off that Psychic and take down this threat, but obviously I don't wake, and he sets up Sword Dance, most likely expecting me to switch, getting up a free SD, because expecting me to switch because I have the natural cure, but no, that's not the case. Here now he's going to switch, go into his Crocorock, as I just stay in, you know, try and get the weight, try and get off Psychic. Here switches into his Crocorock just basically to Pursuit Trap me, which I know he's going to go for, but fortunately for me I am carrying the Baton Pass on this thing, which is for these kind of situations. That's what I go for, but unfortunately I don't wake. And here I know he's going to switch because at this moment in time he doesn't know whether I'm running the Baton Pass or Giga Drain. So he just switches out, goes into his Bioshock, as I do get the weight, go out, use the Baton Pass, go out into my Garchomp. Now I know he's going to switch, fearing it EQ, go into the Gyarados, get off the Intimidate, as I just set up Substitute. Here I played pretty bad with this Garchomp actually, which is going to cost a lot in the long run. Because here, as you can see, after the Intimidate, I wasn't too sure if the Outrage would have been a 2-hit KO on this Gyarados. I guess I was overestimating Gyarados' bulk. So what I do is I set up a SD while I can, you know, because I know I can definitely 2-hit KO this Gyarados from this range. I didn't want to one-shot this thing and still be locked in on Outrage and he'd get a free switch into anything. So I was hoping for the 2-turn Outrage, but just getting a little bit ahead of myself. I go for a sub, hoping he'd go into his Heatran, you know, to take the Outrage, but that's not the case. I wanted to be behind a sub hopefully, and hopefully lure that Heatran in, because that Heatran will become a massive threat to my team, as you will see. I go for the Outrage, it does live, unfortunately, but after the Waterfall and the Ruskin damage, he is going to knock out himself, giving him the free switch into something. And at the time, there was one Pokemon I forgot he had on his team, and it turns out to be this Latias. He's going to send it in, easily revenge kill my Garchomp, so yeah, that's rather bad. And now that Heatran's going to do a lot, be a big problem, do a lot of damage to my team, despite me having a Tracheon, as you will see. But I just go into my Dratcha, knowing I can take on that Latias as well. So I'm just going to go for that U-turn, expecting him to switch. He does, goes out into his Heatran, so I get switch initiative, go into my Tracheon. Here I know he's not going to stay in, so what I'm going to do is actually go for close combat. We actually is actually running the Protect on this thing, goes Protect, see what I'm going to lock myself into. Sees I'm going to lock myself into the Stone Edge. See, I go out into my Celebi just in case I wanted to set up Toxic or something, or go for Nerf Power. But he uses his time to set up his rocks. So yeah, 3 rocks is always good for him, I guess. But now I'm just going to go back into my Tracheon just to take a Lava Plume, which actually goes for that Toxic, predicting a switch. So that's pretty nice. But here I'm just going to go straight for the close combat. Just going to lock myself into it, because I need to scare this thing out. As I know he's going to go for that Protect, you know, just to see what I lock myself into and rack up some toxic damage. So here I know he's going to switch into that Latias to, you know, obviously take the close combat. So I'm going to double switch out into my Jirachi, as he does switch into his Latias, which is fine. Here I know once again he isn't going to stay in, because yeah, there's nothing much he can do to me, and seeing those switch early, I know he's most likely not running HP Fire. So I'm just going to U-turn once again, as brings out this Heatran, this annoyance, and I'm just going to switch, go into my Hippowdon this time, try and basically scare it out with an EQ, and yeah, hopefully get all my Stealth Rocks at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. Go for that Stealth Rock, expecting to switch, go into his Latias, which he does switch into, which is real nice. I get all my rocks, which are obviously going to be beneficial for me. So here I'm going to switch once again into my Jirachi, because it's best thing I have to wall this Latias. I believe it just goes for that Dragon Pulse, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it just goes for Dragon Pulse. Special defensive Jirachi, takes that well, which is nice. obviously going to be taking sandstorm damage, but is obviously healing all that with lefties. Now I'm getting some lefties recovery on my Draco, which is all good. So once again, no, here I know that my tracker now, due to all the poison and everything, is in range where his Breloom can easily take me out with a Mach Punch. So what I'm going to do is go for a wish, knowing he's going to switch into this Heatran. Then switch on out of there, go into my Tracheon just to take Lava Plume, and then obviously get the wish, recover up back to full HP to where the Breloom can't knock me out with a Mach Punch at this range. So that's pretty nice. Here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight for that, no I'm not, I'm actually going to double out, go into my Heatran, predicting him to go for that Protect, that's right. And seeing as this Heatran was a massive threat to my team, like I mentioned, I'd just go straight for that Hydro Pump. I know it's 2-hit KO, except I missed the first Hydro Pump, which is rather annoying. And he's going to get off Toxic on me, which is going to slowly whittle down my Starmie, plus the Sandstorm damage, so that's rather annoying. Here I know he's going to Protect, but yeah, I just went for that Hydro Pump because I just want to take this thing down as soon as I possibly can. So yeah, here I'm going to go for Hydro Pump once again. It is a 2-hit KO like I did mention. This time I did hit, thankfully. Do a good amount of damage to this thing. Solid 2-hit KO as he just sets up Stealth Rocks, I guess predicting me to Rapid Spin, which would have been a bad move. But yeah, I just wanted this Heatran gone, so Heatran gone, so that's why I'm going to keep going for the Hydro Pump right now as he protects once again, you know, get some lefties recovery, stall out some poison and sandstorm damage on my Starmie, so it's slowly whittling my Starmie down. Fortunately I'm not actually packing the recover on this Starmie, but yeah, he wasn't to know, so I can use that to my advantage a bit later. Here what I'm actually going to do is switch on out, go into my Celebi, predicting him to go into the Latias this turn, which he does go into because he knows that his Heatran is a big problem to my team and he wants to preserve it for later. So I switch on out, go into my Celebi. Here I know there's nothing he can do to me because I'm special defensive Celebi, so what I'm going to do is use this time to go for a recover, get up some nice HP, because I'm going to need my Celebi for the Breloom, because you know Breloom's always a threat. As he switches back into this Heatran, which is good for him, I guess. Here I'm pretty sure I just switch on out of there, go into my Tracheon. Yeah, switching out, going to Tracheon once again just to take Lava Plume, which is nice. So I can obviously scare this thing out again with close combat, which is what I'm actually going to lock myself into, as I'm pretty sure it's going to Protect, you know, rack up the toxic damage again, see what I lock myself into, scouting, all that fun shit for him. So here, but this next turn is crucial. He's going to switch on out into his Latias, but I'm just going to stay and go for a close combat regardless. And here this damage is crucial. I get max damage on the close combat, which leads him to believe that I'm running Choice Band Tracheon, but I'm actually not, I'm Choice Scarf. But that'll be crucial towards the end, as you will see. So here I'm going to switch on out of there, obviously, go into my Drache. No, actually, I go into my Starmie, predicting the recover, that's right. That is what he does actually go for, which is pretty nice. Here I'm actually going to use this time to go for that Rapid Spin. Predicting it, well, basically just to, yeah, go for Rapid Spin, get rid of rocks, and I assumed he would take me out with a Dragon Pulse to get a crit on the Rapid Spin as well, which is pretty nice. But no, he actually goes for a Calm Mind. So I'm not too sure what he's predicting, if one just trying to set up on me, but yeah, I should have just taken out my Starmie, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to switch on out of there this next turn, go into the Jirachi, because like I've been saying all game, the Jirachi is the best thing I have to wall this Latias, as it just goes straight for Dragon Pulse this turn. Even at +1, still not doing anything, so that's fine by me. I know he's going to switch on out of there, so I'm going to go for the U-turn again, because yeah, why not? Get up the momentum, keep the switch initiative, all that fun stuff, as it goes back out into this thing. Once again, the Heatran, but I'm just going to U-turn out of there, get the free switch into my Starmie, which will obviously survive now. There's no rocks on the field, and it will give me a chance to go for a Hydro Pump, take out this massive annoyance threat to my team with a Hydro Pump, barring I don't miss, and I don't, and I take out a Heatran finally. So that's pretty nice for me. Starmie putting in work. And now I believe he's just going to send out his Crocorock, you know, just pursuit trap me. And here he does outspeed me, so I know he's running Choice Scarf, which is good to know for later on, I guess. But yeah, he's going to take out my Starmie. But now I know he's locked into the pursuit. I'm just going to go into my Terrakion. Here makes a great switch, goes out into his this Bisharp, predicting me, predicting switch, go for Stone Edge, as opposed to going for that close combat. So that's pretty nice for him. It's a very, very good switch. So here I'm just going to switch on out of there, go into my hard body, my Hippowdon, because the best thing I have to face up against the thing is he just sets up an SD, which is fine by me. I'm pretty sure my Hippowdon can live anything this thing wants to go for. As it goes for a low kick, and as you can see, hence the name, hard body baby, takes that like a boss, retaliates with an earthquake, and takes this Bisharp down, which is good for me, I guess. Now I believe he's going to send out his Breloom. Yeah, he sends in the Breloom. Obviously I'm going to switch on out there, go into my Celebi, because like I mentioned, it's the best thing I have to take any hit from this thing. It just goes for that Bullet Seed, you know, playing it safe, which is fine by me. I do notice he has the Life Orb, which is good to know for later on. But yeah, here what I'm actually going to do is double switch on out of there, I believe. No. What I do is actually play it safe. I go for a Psychic here, as he brings in the Crocorock. I didn't want to play around with that threat, that Breloom, so I'm just going to try and take out Psychic, but he brings in this thing. Here I know he's going to go for the Crunch, expecting me to go for Baton Pass. But basically I didn't have anything else I wanted to take Crunch on this thing. So I do just go for Baton Pass anyway, go out into my this thing, what's it called, Hippowdon, that's right. Which I'm pretty sure I should be able to live a hit from this thing. But he switches out, goes into his Latias, maybe predicting the EQ, I don't know, but I'd go for that Whirlwind. Whirlwind him back out into the Crocorock, which is good for him because he will be able to change up moves and will be able to lock himself into the Earthquake this turn. I'm looking at that damage, and looks to be a 2-hit KO as I just fire off my own Earthquake. Even with the lefties recovery, I was hoping maybe I could live this second EQ, but unfortunately that's not going to happen, and he's going to take out my Hippowdon. So that's pretty nice for him, I guess. But here I send in my Terrakion. With the way I brought in this, should tell him that I'm Choice Scarf. But because of that crucial damage early on the Latias, which led him to believe I was Choice Band, he stays in, takes a close combat to the face, and that'll take down that Crocorock, which is pretty nice. He's down to his last two, his Breloom and his Latias. And I'm just going to switch, go out into my Celebi here, just as Death Body, because I know he's going to go for that Mach Punch. Because yeah, you don't play around with threats. So now I'm down to my last two, my Terrakion and this thing, my Jirachi. Here he goes for the Spore, which I know he's going to go for, but my best bet here is because I did see the Life Orb earlier and this Breloom is taking Sandstorm damage, my best bet is just to whittle this thing down with all the recoil damage. So I know he's going to set up SD, but because of all the HP investments I'm running on this Jirachi, I know I can live a +2 stabbed, technician boosted Mach Punch from this thing, which is good. I do just live it, and I was going to take Life Orb and obviously be buffered from the sand. I'm looking at HP, the Life Orb and the Sandstorm recoil should take him out after this next Mach Punch. He just takes me out, and Life Orb and then Sand, which does take out his Breloom, which is rather nice because it brings us both down to our last. His Latias, my Terrakion, I now can outspeed because I'm Scarf and he's not, and I'm just going to go straight for that X-Scissor, but he lives with about, I don't know, 30 HP, something like that, retaliates with a side shot and takes me down. So a very, very close 1-0. Great game, Pkdj. I think I played pretty well, I played really aggressively. Of course, Munch played well. Thanks for watching, guys. If you could just take a second of your time just to leave a like on this video, I really appreciate it. Big shout out to my boy Pkdj and his breeder gang. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, right, bye.